Hello, PJHS band. Mr. Jordan back again, and today our discussion topic is breathing. So, what does breathing look like in band class? Well, typically, we do breathing exercises every single day in band class. This year's a little different, so we're going to be asking you to do your breathing exercises at home. So what I'd like to do in this video is walk you through our breathing exercises so that you can do these at home every day and we don't have to do them in band class. When we breathe, there is one major idea you have to think about all the time, and that is relax. So many times when we breathe or in band, we breathe like we're trying to get in so much air at one time that it almost comes across as being scared. And you hear that high pitch in my voice. When we breathe in and out, we want it to be like a yawn or a sigh. You want to keep your jaw relaxed and down so you can get a nice big breath in. Your chest muscles and your throat muscles, you want to leave them as relaxed as possible so that you can get in a nice smooth breath and these muscles aren't clamping down on all these tubes here, making it harder to breathe. So what we'd like to do real quick is do a quick breathing exercise. So go ahead and be in your chair, have a great posture, standing up, having a great posture, either one. We are going to breathe in for 4 counts. Now, to make this a little more difficult for you, we're going to take our right hand or our left hand, whatever you're feeling, and we're going to put it up like this. We're doing this when we breathe in because it makes it a little harder for us to get the air in. It blocks the airflow. We're doing this in an exercise situation so that when you play your actual instrument, you won't have that restriction. So if you're able to do it with this, when you don't have that in front of you, it's going to be a lot easier. Pretty cool, huh? So let's go ahead and put it up. And we're going to breathe in for 4 counts. Keep our jaw down. Nice relaxed inhale. I'm going to turn to the side here. Maybe this way. That's my better side. Yeah, that's my better side. We're going to breathe in for 4 counts. And it's going to sound like this. Then you can let it out naturally. We'll talk about how to let it out in the next step. So, did you hear that low sound when I took a breath? I'm going to get a little closer and do it again. And I really want you to listen for the kind of a sound. We want an O or an ooh as we breathe. We don't want an E or ah or ooh yeah or something like that or an eh, because that means that we're contracted here. And we want to make sure to let everything be nice and relaxed. So let's do that again. 1, 2, breathe with me and... Well, let it out naturally. If you do your breath correctly, you will feel that your chest will naturally expand out a little bit, and that's great. You may even get the bottoms of your sides here to expand out a little bit, and that's even better. How cool is that? In our next section, we're going to talk about the exhale.
Hit 'em high, hit 'em low, go, Jackets, go!
So, we've learned our inhale, and now we have to talk about our exhale. So, once we get our air into our body, we need to find the most efficient and effective way to get that air from inside of our lungs out through our instrument. And the way to do that is to use our entire body to help let that air out. Exhaling air isn't something that we think about too often in our day-to-day activities, but in band it's something that we need to put some thought power into. We're going to use every tool available to us to get this air out efficiently and effectively. So, step number 1, when we are exhaling, you want to push from down here. Down here, you have 2 big flat muscles, your diaphragm and your solar plexus. And both of them help expel the air from your body. Your diaphragm's like a pancake muscle that gets pushed down as your lungs inhale with air. And then involuntarily, it's going to start pushing that air out, kind of like an accordion, if you've ever seen something like that. Your solar plexus is one that you can control. And if you have a very firm, you feel like a nice... firm. Mine's a little hollow, but we'll talk about that later. If you have a nice firm stomach here and you can really push with your muscles, it'll help push that air out through your body. So after our inhale and our exhale, we want to go ahead and pick a hand. This is my left hand, this is my right hand. And you're going to go ahead and put it in front of you like this. When we exhale, you're going to try to hit a target right in the center of your hand with your air. With our face, we are going to make a band face. So a band face is a way to make a generic instrument playing face. So typically, corners firm, blowing through the center of our mouth, like this. Notice I'm not going, or not going like a snake. We're firm corners here, blow through, straight through. Now, we're going to add the hand. We talked about that. We're going to hit right for the center. So we're going to blow. And you should feel that airstream hit the center of your palm and then kind of explode and go everywhere. You want to make sure that you keep the hole in your lip small enough that you could hit the center of your hand and not your whole hand at one time. Now, I'm going to go through the entire exercise with you so you can see what the breathing exercises should be like at home. We're going to start with in for 4, out for 4. It looks like this. Hands up. Blow out. Your goal in this exercise is to get in as much air in the first 4 beats as possible and use all of that air in the next 4 beats. You don't want to have any air left over at the end of the exercise, and you don't want to run out of air before you get to the end of the exercise. So you want to use up as much as possible to get a great breath. In the next section, we're going to be going over the entire breathing exercise so that you can follow along at home.
Hit 'em high, hit 'em low, go Jackets, go!
All right, band, it's time to do our entire breathing exercise. Remember the fundamentals and the basics we talked about in the prior breathing videos, and now we're going to put all of those to work. So remember to remain relaxed. Remember to keep your jaw down. Remember that you need a nice deep sound when you breathe. You don't want a high-pitched E or A kind of a sound. You want an O or an U. And when you exhale, remember to push from your stomach, your solar plexus. Your diaphragm will help you out. And when you push out, you want to measure your air so it's even across all counts. So you don't want to have any air left over, and you don't want to run out of air too early. We're going to start with what we call 4 and 4. That means in for 4, out for 4. I'll go ahead and do it with you. Great posture. Make sure you're doing all those great posture fundamentals we talk about in band. And hands up. And let's go ahead and do 4 and 4. 1, 2, ready, and breathe. Now out. Did you use all of your air? Did you have air left over? Did you have a great firm airstream with your corners? You can always be better. We're never our best. We can always be better. So think about these things as you're doing them and correct them as we go on. This time, we're going to do 4 in and 8 out. That means that we need to use half as much air on our exhale because we're exhaling for twice as long. So make sure to make those measurements in your brain and your lungs about how you're going to use that air. Half as much each count when we're exhaling. Your inhale should still be exactly the same. We should inhale the most air that we can every time. Here we go. We're going to do some 4 and 8. Here we go. Hands up. 1, 2, 4 and 8. Go. And out for 8. How'd you do? Did you run out of air? Did you have extra air left over? Hopefully you didn't pass out. That would be bad. If you do pass out, remember to save your instrument. You will heal, but your instrument takes a lot of money to repair, so we got to be careful to save the instruments. All right, band, now we're going to start getting tricky. We're going to inhale for only 2 and then exhale for 8. 2 and 8. So you got to bring in all that air over 2 counts now that you originally brought in over 4 counts. We're still going to exhale for 8. Here we go. Let's do it. Hands up. 2 counts of breathing. I'll still give you 4 to get started. Here we go. 1, 2, breathe in for 2. Who made it? I almost ran out of air at the end there. I got a little excited, a little ambitious, you might say, and I was really pushing that air out. So 2 and 8, you notice that you got to bring in that air now twice as fast when you're inhaling, and then when you exhale, it's still the same 8 as before. All right, band, it's time to get crazy. It's time to bring the roof off the place. We're going to do 1 and 8. Don't tense up. Whenever we get to 1 and 8, sometimes we want to tense up because we got to bring in all that air so quick. But don't do it. Stay relaxed. Great posture. All right, band. I'll give you 4 counts to prep. I'll see you at the end. Don't pass out on me. Hands up. 1, 2, 1 and 8. Big breath. Ooh, that was a good one for Mr. Jordan. I hope it was good for you too. Band, do these breathing exercises every day. Just don't do them here, okay? Do them at home, all right? You don't even have to have your instrument out to do these. It would be great if you did these breathing exercises and then played, but at the very least, if you're sitting on your couch, you got a TV break, you know, you're watching a show or a sporting event or something on Netflix or something as a commercial, right? Do these breathing exercises so that you train yourself to breathe this way every single time that you play your instrument. Looking forward to seeing this in class. Thanks, band. Breathing, let me know if you have questions.